Hello everyone, my name is Riya Kashyap and today me and my teammates have prepared an assignment presentation under the subject Social Data Mining Techniques. This is the presentation outline. The assignment is about collecting data from an outside source using web scraping. We then have to build a data model and then we have to store the data in a cloud database. We also have to create a web API to manage entries such as create, read, update, delete in the database. The topic that we chose is Indeed. We scrape the data from the Indeed website. Indeed is an employment website for job listing. It helps to search millions of jobs from thousands of job boards, newspapers, classifieds, and company websites. We chose this dataset because we, being postgraduate students, are at the verge of entering into the corporate world. We are constantly searching for jobs, and in this image we can see that we have applied two filters to make our search domain and region specific. This is the team profile. Our team consists of 4 members. First one being Riva Gohil, who played the role of a data scientist. Sahil Arora played the role of a Python developer. Nikita Som, a business analyst, and I, Riya Kashyap, also played the role of a business analyst. This is me at the end of my talk. Now I will hand over to Nikita Som.
Thank you, Riya. So now we'll see the technologies that we have used in this assignment. Firstly, we have used Beautiful Soup, which is a Python library for parsing HTML and XML documents. It is often used for web scraping. Secondly, we used Python, which is an interpreted high-level language, general purpose programming language. Python is commonly used for developing websites and softwares, task automation, data analysis, and data visualization. For storage, we used SSMS, which is an integrated environment for managing any SQL infrastructure. The use of SSMS is to access, configure, manage, administer, and develop all components of SQL Server. Lastly, we use C#, which we used for developing a web API for performing CRUD operations. It is a general-purpose programming language which is widely used for developing desktop applications, web applications, and web services. Moving on to next slide, we'll see the plan of action that we used. Firstly, we found a data source that was from Indeed. Then we scraped the data. Then we stored the data in SSMS, and then we built a web API for CRUD operations using C#. So from now, I will hand over to Sahil for further explanation.
The first task in the web scraping is to fetch the data from the website. And for this we use the Python language and Jupyter Notebook tool. So let's see how it looks like. This is the website, Indeed website, from which we're going to fetch the data. We filter this job data analyst and location we put it like Toronto. We are looking for jobs in the Toronto region, data analyst jobs. This is our Jupyter Notebook, and we used this tool to create web scraping. You can see for passing the data, we use Beautiful Soup library from the base 4, and we imported pandas to convert our data into a data frames, and then we convert into a CSV file. So here we use a 3-function approach, which is extract, transform, and load. And in the first which is extract, we use this to fetch the data from the website. So you can see we defined a URL here, and the URL is, and this in this extract we pass a variable which is page variable. So as we saw in the website, we have a number of pages there. So in order to switch between the pages, we use this variable. And here we created a soup variable which will extract the data and information from this particular URL. And all the information will be stored in the soup variable. The soup variable will be used in the next function to find the other information. So the next function is we defined here is transform, and we pass the soup variable. And in this function here, we are gonna create a variable divs, which will find all the information, all the class instances in the web page. So you can see this class instance job scene beacon we used here to find the information in the divs. So within the divs, we have the other information like title, name, location, date, summary. So we defined the variables here. For the title, we searched for a class which is job title in the H2 tag. And for the name, company name, we use the spam. We find this information as spam tag, and in the same way for company location, date, and summary. So each data, in order to clean this data, we use this functions replace function here. In the title, we found this additional uh, letter information which is new, and we replace it to a blank. And similar in the location, we found this dot, and we split it, and then we select the first item in the list. So this is how we clean the data. And in the same way, in summary, we replace this to a new line into a blank. So the next step is to once we get all the information, we would store this information into a dictionary, which will then append into a blank job list. Here we created a dictionary called job, and whatever information we're getting from this functions we are putting into this dictionary, and this again will go to a blank list, which is a job list. Next, we created a for loop. This for loop will get the information from the different pages and store into this particular job list. And this job list is then converted into a data frame, and then we convert this data frame, we save this into a CSV file, which is job.csv. And on the screen, you can see this is the output we are getting. These are the first 5 entries of this particular data frame. You can see the title. This is the first title is Senior BIE Application Developer, and the company name is Scotia, and the location is Scarborough, and this is posted 23 days ago, and this is the summary here. So this is our data, and this data will be stored into a job file, which is this is our CSV file, title, company, location, posting, summary. So you can see we have around 102 entries, and these are all from the Indeed website. So the next step is to create a web API, and on which we'll be posting the data. So Ria, our team member Ria, will discuss about this next step. Thank you.
Thank you for the explanation, Sahil. Now I'll explain how did we store the data. We created a new database called the CRUD data. Since we gathered the data in the CSV file, we needed to import the flat file to the newly created database, as you can see in the image. We then entered the location of the CSV file, gave the table a name and the table schema. We created a primary key, that is the serial number with data type integer, and this is the only column with no null values. Other columns had null values. And this is how we created the database. I'll now pass on to Griva.
Hi, I'm Griva Gohil, and I'm going to present the code that we have written for our web API in C#. So first we are going to open our Visual Studio and create a new project. with ASP.NET Web Application having the name code. We'll select the MVC and then create the project. Our project has been created, and it can be seen that this is our models class and this is the jobs class, which has the data types and the name of the data types. Then we create a controller named the job controller, which has the functions in the form of classes that are edit, create, delete, and view. And then there are the different types of HTML views, that this is the index view that we have created. Similarly, we have the details view that is used to read our information, create view, edit view, and delete view. So this is the snippet of the code that I have just now shown on the screen, and we have added it to our presentation. So similarly, this is the index, create, delete, edit, and details. Now I'll hand over to my colleague who will show the output.
So here we can see some output of our web application. This is the index page of our web application, where we can see all the data that is fetched from the database into a tabular format. Moving on to the next page, we can see the CRUD operation that we did using an API. So the first is create page, where we are adding a new entry of a new job posting of data quality, clinical information, and further all the details like company, location, date of posting, etc. And when we hit on the create button, it will send a request to server, and DB context will reflect changes into the database. Next one is details. This is the read operation. When we click on the details button, it will show all the details that are there in the table. Moving on to the next slide, we are on the edit page, that is update. So here we are trying to edit the date of posting from 5 days ago to a week ago. When we will hit on the save button, it will send a request to the edit page, and DB context will change the information to our database. And lastly, while performing the delete operation, it will first ask from the user to confirm delete operation, and when we click on the delete, it will send a post request, and DB context will remove the data from our database. Now we'll see these operations in practical. Here we can run the code of CRUD to see the operations. Now we'll run the code, and it will land on the index page. So here we can see we have 100 entries of the job postings that we scraped from Indeed. So the first operation that we will do is create new. We'll create a new job posting, and as the serial number is in primary number, we'll give it a unique identity. Title is analyst, and be it EY, and all the information like location is London, Ontario, and date of posting was 22 days ago, and summary ABC. Like when we create, it will show an entry is added to it, and we can see the same changes in the database also. Same changes are reflected in the database also. We can see there are 101 rows, and on 102 we can see analyst and EY. So our changes are also being reflected in the database. So after this, we can see further operations. We can see edit. We can do like date of posting was 5 days ago, and when we do save, it will reflect the changes here also. When we want to read, it can show the details here, and when we want to do the final operation, that is last operation, that is delete, we can select it from here, and it will ask for our confirmation, and we can delete it, and we can see that the that record is no more here, and the same changes can be seen in the database also. When we run, we can see that there are only 100 rows. So this is from my side, and thank you for your time.